Hi friends, so this is my last Christmas card video for 2017, but I have to do it because it's just so cute. I have to share it with you. I am using a new stamp set coming out January 3rd, 2018 from Stampin' Up. This is Party Pandas, and it's a set you can get free with a qualifying order during Sale-a-bration. And these little panda bears are adorable. I love all the new products coming out, and this is a stamp set that wouldn't typically be one of the sets I would be drawn to. However, it is one of the sets I'm having the most fun with. So it's super versatile and it's just adorable. So let me show you the Christmas card that I created using this set earlier this month and sent out to some friends and family. So to start off, a piece of Whisper White that measures 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm using this stencil, this mask from our Party Patterns set, and a sponge brayer. So I'm gonna start by pulling out my greens. I'm using Lemon Lime Twist, Old Olive, and what other green did I'll just go with the Garden Green. So I'm going to start with the Lemon Lime Twist. Oh, and before I do anything, I'm going to put a little bit of snail, and cat fur. Okay, so I've put a little bit of snail behind this so it doesn't wiggle around. Put my mask on top. And I'm going to put a little bit of Scotch tape on the top of the mask so it doesn't move around either. Okay, so now I've got my sponge brayer inked up, and I'm just going to go diagonally, starting from the top, rolling back and forth. Okay. Now I'm going into my Old Olive, and because I'm going lighter to darker, I'm not going to worry about cleaning out the sponge on the brayer. Going into the center, and I'm also overlapping on some of that Lemon Lime Twist. Okay, and lastly the Garden Green. Okay, so now I'm just going to remove my mask, and I've got a nice background pattern. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this onto my card base, which is a real red card base that measures 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 when it's closed. Alright, so I've already done some big shotting here. This is the largest circle from the stitched shaped framelit dies. So I used the largest one there. And then this was cut with the largest scallop die from the layering circle framelits with the gold foil. And it's just going to get layered on like that. However, I don't want to waste all this gold in the center. I want to save it for another project. So I'll show you what I do quite often. So I'm putting the next size down for the scallop framelit, and I'm going to run this through the Big Shot. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've run this through the Big Shot. So I have this piece for another project, and this will still go behind here, but now I've got all that gold foil saved for another project. So quite often I do that just to get extra mileage out of my cardstocks. Okay, so we're going to set those aside. Now from this stamp set, I am using this little guy right here for this card. So I'm going to put him on my block, taking my basic black archival ink, inking them up really, really well. And I'm just going to stamp them on my Whisper White paper here. And hold it down just for a second, just so it really gets saturated with the ink. See? Nice and dark. And I'm going to ink this panda up again and stamp him onto the circle. And I'm stamping actually just in the center of that circle. Okay. Now there's a little bit more stamping that I've gone ahead and done. I've taken the holly wreath from the At Home With You stamp set, and I've stamped it and colored it and ran it through with the coordinating die. So you need to do that for this card. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and done that just to save a bit of time. Now the next step is, you guys are not going to believe this, but we're just going to cut his little head off. Sorry, Panda. Put him aside there. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut out the rest of this panda. And now I'm just going to go right across his belly. And that's what you want. You want 2 pieces like that. The rest of this is garbage. Now on this piece, I'm actually going to trim up around his little arm and then cut in. So you see, I'm following along here and cutting into this little bit here. So basically what I've done is I've made it, whoops, I need to cut that little bit off. I've made it so that his little arms open. See that? Okay. So this wreath is going to get tucked right inside those little arms, so that it'll look like the panda is holding the wreath, and it'll kind of hide that envelope on the original image as well. So I'm going to turn that over, and I'm just going to take some mini dimensionals. And those dimensionals hold those 2 pieces together as well, which is kind of handy. And then one in the middle. Now I'm not going to peel this backing off on this bottom one quite yet. I'm just going to peel the backings off the dimensionals up by the arms. And then just position that right on top of the stamped image. See? So cute. And because the wreath comes down quite low, you can barely see his little feet. So that's why I stamped this little bit, because that's going to go right there and make my panda appear taller. So I'm going to put a little bit of snail behind that bit. Okay. So now my panda has just grown. Now I'm going to peel off the backing. Oh, I'll show you behind it. So you see what I've done there? It's a little bit crooked, but that's alright. No one's going to see because of the wreath. There. So now my panda is taller and he's holding a little Christmas wreath. Isn't that cute? Okay, so we're going to put some snail behind this. And then my panda will go right here. Okay, so now I want to stamp my sentiment, and I'm using the Merriest Christmas Wishes from Watercolor Christmas Stamp Set. This has been my go-to stamp set this year because I just love the script. This is what I've been using inside my cards for the most part. I love, 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 love the stamp set, and it's retiring, so you want to grab this before it's gone. And I position this up just a little bit too high because this is quite a good size stamp. So I want to stamp this on my Stamp-a-Majig just to make sure it's going to fit. So I've got my plastic piece lined into the corner of my handle, and I'm inking this up, stamping it down. Oops, missed a bit, but that's okay. Oh lordy. Well, that is going to be tight. See, and this is really on there, so I don't want to peel it off and tear it, but we can do it, you guys. Alright. Putting my hand, oh, you know what? I should open this up. This is barely gonna squeeze on there. Okay, so I'm going to put my handle down, move the plastic, ink the stamp. Missed just a little bit of the black here, so I'm just going to take my marker and color that in. And pull that swirl out. Okay, now I'm taking our little red, real red ribbon, and I'm going to make the tiniest little bow. Grab a glue dot. And that goes right in the center of the wreath. Look at that. Do you see why I had to do this video? Oh my lord. I love that whole, everything about that. I love it. Okay. Put some paper on the inside. Grab my real red ink pad. And there's my inside of the card. In the very last step, I'm just adding a little bit of liquid glue because I want my panda to look like he's standing on the snow. Dancing diamonds. So now you see why I absolutely had to do one more Christmas card, because I had to share this with you. I had so much fun creating this card, and I've done this a few different ways too, but this has been my favorite. And again, the possibilities are endless, just because you can add so many little things inside its little arms. So while this is a fantastic image on its own, holding that cute little letter, which of course you could add little stamps inside of that, just think of all the other things you can add inside his little arms with that little trick. So I hope you enjoyed my card. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Happy stamping!